I don't think that anyone can deny that we all have a responsibility to take care of our environment. We need to leave the place a better place than we found it. My name is Edith Luter. I'm the CEO of Fiber Circle. We are a producer responsibility organization for the paper and paper packaging sector of South Africa. The aim of our organization is to promote the circular economy and to ensure that paper goes back into the value chain as many times as possible. Landfilling is not a solution for our materials. We do not want to leave a legacy for future generations to have to deal with our waste that we produce today. Once you chuck something in the ground, it stays there forever. At Fiber Circle, our main aim is to divert as much paper and paper packaging from South Africa's landfills and to find suitable homes for it.
That works for you, Tuesday morning would be great, just so that I can also start looking at flights. Part of Fiber Circle's mandate is to work in the entrepreneurial development space, and my work with them is to work with 10 small businesses and help those businesses with growth and scaling. The majority of them are buyback centers. So a buyback center is an establishment that takes in waste from waste reclaimers. The buyback center then pays them for the waste and then bales the collected waste and sells it on either to a mill or to an intermediary business partner who's also part of the waste value chain. I often have the privilege to work with extremely talented individuals. And I must say, Dimakatso is definitely one of those people. She's an inspiration to everybody around her. She's an inspiration to me, and we are so privileged to have her as part of our program.
I'm a consultant also, and also I'm a recycler. So what we do actually, we go and teach the communities on how to separate the different type of waste. So at the same time, they are getting employed and the environment is getting clean. This is just one of the communities, and they are all actually, most of them like this. So actually, we need more of a manpower. We need people to be recognized to do this. And then we can clean the environment, because right now, when you come here, this is a beautiful place, but you can just see that instead of being a beautiful natural place, it ends up being filled by a lot of garbage. It's money lying on the floor, but it's a danger also lying here for the environment.
Fiber Circle came about because a regulation was passed in South Africa. This regulation made it the responsibility of producers to recover the packaging that they've put on the market at the end of its use. And the aim really is for us to showcase that there is value in waste and that we all have a role to play in preserving our environment.
We do different types of waste. We have the 2-liter bottles of Coca-Cola, the milk bottles. The plastics, we granulate into tiny pieces. We have the pipes, we have glasses, we have paper, your card boxes. So the card box is being put into the baling machine, and it gets compressed into one big bale, and then the guys, the balers, they tie it and take it out, and then it goes then to be sold to the clients.
One of the categories that we are responsible for at Fiber Circle is liquid board packaging. So that's all your milk cartons, your juice cartons, and Infinite Industries are an excellent partner to showcase that liquid board packaging can be 100% recycled.
My name is Maggie Infante, and I am the owner of Infinite Industries.
We are going to use less fasteners on site. So your boards are going to slot in this channel now, okay? And then it will...
One of the biggest types of waste that end up in landfill is what we call liquid board packaging. And that has got a fiber content or paper content in layman's terms. It has a plastic content and it has an aluminium content. We are now showcasing that we don't need to separate all those types of materials. We can recycle without the separation. We receive bales of material. We then start processing it. We have a shredding or granulation type system where we granulate the material into a much finer format. We then have a unique formula where we put it together almost as baking a cake. We use heat and compaction, and we make a board. Our boards are primarily used to build things with. So for example, in collaboration with Fiber Circle, we have recently made ablution blocks, which has gone out to Mpumalanga, Nkomasi area. We utilized 1.5 tons of waste material per ablution block that we have now transformed into something that's useful and has impact within that community.
Due to the health environment, it was been declared that all pit latrine toilets should be demolished. It was not good for the learners. Fiber Circle came to school and gave us that environmental toilet. In the toilet, we've got soap, water, basin, we've got everything. So it's very healthy.
Seeing a milk carton being recycled and it ending up as an ablution block in a school where we are eradicating pit latrines. For me, it is the stuff that says that the work that we do changes lives, adds value to our communities, brings dignity. It's the stuff that makes me want to wake up every morning and do what I do. I don't think that you can separate how we grow our food, how we deal with our packaging and preserving our environment. You need to look at it holistically so that you really look at the circular economy from a people, an environment point of view, and also a nature perspective.
By doing paper recycling, not throwing dirty things in the river, stop smoking cigarette and throwing it in the grass, avoiding loud radio sound, avoiding cutting off trees, recycle everything that you can.
Our school's program aims to create an awareness in our young people, how to take care of the environment, how to separate their waste. And I find that young people are very eager to learn that. We have distributed a number of bins in schools that show how to recycle and how to derive value from your waste.
Food and Trees for Africa is a social enterprise organization. We're developing food gardens and also planting trees.
Fiber Circle's relationship and partnership with Food and Trees for Africa was such a natural relationship because our values are aligned. So for us, it made sense to partner with them and look at it holistically.
We can make our own compost using any organic matter.
I see the learners as a seed that's being planted that will grow and yield some fruits one day, because I know they are the future of the country. And some of their careers are actually going to emanate from the kind of awareness that we create when we do these kind of interventions. But also being part of the gardens that are being established in the schools, they can go back and extend that kind of knowledge and the skills. So we have better food security in the school, but also in the nearby communities.
My hope for Fiber Circle is that in my lifetime, in my tenure as CEO of Fiber Circle, no paper and paper packaging goes to landfill. I wake up every day and it is the thing that makes me spring out of bed and say, what am I going to do today to ensure that we divert as much as we possibly can from landfill? Who am I going to pick up the phone and call to ensure that that partnership happens where we can beneficiate, educate, create awareness? Because we know that landfilling is not the answer. And it is the thing that drives my passion every day.
This place is deep rural area. The water is not enough at all. We've got the borehole, but it's not enough. Most of the people here were not having toilets at all. It was not a healthy life.
Just like every rural communities, Bamoretsele, it's a community which is still facing with challenges like poverty, unemployment, lack of basic services, shortage of water. Water is life, sanitation is dignity.
There's a huge sanitation backlog around the district. There's no water infrastructure here. Sometimes they spend almost 2 months, 3 months without water. So really the problem is very, very huge. People in the rural community, they need the same dignity. This problem cannot only be addressed by the government. It needs partnership with the private sector.
Sanitation is not only a South African problem, it's a global problem. To resolve that problem, you have to provide the technology where you can store, manage, and remove the human waste in a safe manner. Amaluli specializes specifically in sanitation, looking for solutions to ensure dignity to the end users, protect them against any sicknesses, and to ensure safety, specifically for children. We had to develop, from the dignity point of view, a pedestal with a flap technology, whereby when people sit on the toilet, it will open up. When they stand up, it will close up. So you never, ever see the organic waste. There's no flies, there's no bad odors at all in the system. Dry sanitation is becoming more and more in need, as many areas of the world is really confronted with a scarcity of water. There is no need to panic about human waste anymore.
The infrastructure provide privacy and safety, which is very important. The vent pipe also provide ventilation, which circulate, take the smell outside. And on top of the vent pipe, there's a fly screen, so that you don't allow the flies to go out, because they will visit your house and eat with you inside your house. So that's why we have to prevent the spread of sanitation-related diseases. The role of our operation and maintenance team is to monitor the volume inside and manage that volume. It's like you manage your finances. At the bottom of our pedestal, we have what we call a separator. We separate liquid and solid waste. Once we bring these two together, it's a problem, it's a storage. So you invite diseases, right? Now, once you separate liquid from solid, it becomes a dry sanitation system.
Microorganisms, specifically sanitation-related organisms, they die in an aerobic situation when the temperature is high and the time frame is long. So there's no need to immediately deal with the human waste. You can leave it there and from time to time do the inspections, and when it's time to remove it, then it is already dried out completely. And then we put it in steel bins to increase the temperature more. And then we go and put it through a shredding process. And the human organic waste is then in a fine powder form, which we bag, and that is then ready to be used as compost. Obviously, you have to comply with certain regulations, internationally and nationally. So we have done our research documentation, and I can tell you that the success of this is amazing.
You know, we normally say this is a gold. What is there inside the container? We have what we call ecological pipe, which is underground. It's connected from the pedestal, go outside at the back of the cover slab. That's why we are encouraging our beneficiaries to start the backyard garden so that that pipe can supply the vegetable garden.
One of the things that we've implemented is the supply of rural sanitation services to the community. We make use of the local community where we employ permanently health promoters which get trained in health and hygiene issues, training of the household members on how to use the toilet, inspecting the toilets. We create a lot of job opportunities.
My name is Maureen Mamakoko. I'm a health and hygiene officer at Tagamretsele village. We do health and hygiene talks. We do operation and maintenance, and then we teach them about the hygienic environment. We work very, very, very good with the community and the household. We encourage them to do the gardens at the back. So we encourage where there is ecological pipe, they must make sure that they've got plants because their vegetables will grow very, very fast and they will be big. Having your own garden, you save more money. Planting your own garden will be able to provide for the family because we live in a poverty village. We did explain to them, we're gonna maintain those toilets, we're gonna collect and drop them at the center and make manure. If you have a garden, we're gonna provide you with the manure bag. That's what I like most about Amalulu, is that we don't own those compost, we give them back to the community.
Amalulu re thusa ka kudu mo dizwalong tsa rena di kgona go gola ka lebelo di philegile di healthy and di gola ka lebelo di a philega ke kwa ke thabile ka kudu le mo moyeng go bana go lema go bohlokwa mo go rena batho ka lebaka la go dijo tse di tswa go mobung di healthy di na le bophelo go rena ge o tsoga o hwetsa naga e le tala moya wa gago lona o kwa o hlokile o thabile o kgona go thaba letšatši ka moka le batho ge ba tsena mo o ba amogela ka lethabo le lerato.
Holistic sanitation is closing what they call the sanitation loop. To recycle human waste safely and quickly and also bring it back into the soil as a fertilizer instead of wasting it. In rural sanitation, parents are not maybe always available when children are going to the toilet, and that is why the pedestal design must protect any child in falling into a pit. The pit latrine is just a hole in the ground. It does not provide safety for the children when it falls in. That is why a chamber that is provided for specifically, let's say, dry sanitation should not be more than a meter deep, never. Because when a child falls in and there's no fecal sludge and it's dry, he will never die. That is the safety net that we have. We also in school sanitation provide a little child's footstool that make it easy for little ones in grade R to use the toilet independently. Dry sanitation is by far the safest.
We have gone to so many places and asked for help until Amalulu come to help us. Our sanitation is very good now and we are happy with it. The Amalulu toilets are so special. Our children's, even the grades R, manage to go there because it's safe. There are no holes in there. We know that they are very, very safe with the Amalulu toilet. You won't hear that the child fell in.
My name is Matung Takalang and I'm in grade 7 and I'm 12 years old. The old toilets, they were not good because they didn't have the tank to wash our hands. The Amalulu toilet, they are good, safe, healthy compared to the old ones we had before. And they don't smell. We can wash our hands after using them and close the seat of the toilet.
We've achieved amazing results. Absenteeism in schools by girls have decreased by 85% within 2 months. So it is just a positive all the way.
I think it's our responsibility, all of us. We don't have to distance ourselves from our communities. They need us. Really, the poverty is there in our society. So they need, people who come and say to them, the future is still bright. Let's work together. We can change our current situation.
Public-private partnership is a big need. That will make it possible to scale solutions quickly, and it will protect our communities and our people. At head office, our main factory, this is where we manufacture the concrete cubicles, and that is done through a process that we've developed over 37 years, to be honest with you, and perfected. Amalulu specifically is one of the first companies in the world that have succeeded in closing the sanitation loop. It's a blessing. The reason being, to see a mother smiling from left to right when you provide them with a dignified, quality product that they never had. That, I think, is the most rewarding for me.